Indiana Business first introduced you to the blogging business company Compendium Software in its earliest stages. That company has some exciting news regarding growth to share, and joining me with that and much more is Chris Baggott, co-founder and CEO of Compendium Software. Chris, welcome back.
Thank you, Gary.
Talk about blogging, but really your company is all about search engine optimization.
Very much so.
Describe your business model.
Sure. We enable organizations to free up all of their employees or all of their constituents to create content through blogs. And that does a couple of things, but one of the main things that it does is it helps organic search engine optimization, those results on a Google page that are not the paid advertisements, right? It's very, very competitive space, and there's not really technology that helps companies do that. But our software helps companies create content that does that.
Talk about how it works, and specifically the connection with blogging, which continues to grow in popularity and become, in many respects, more mainstream.
Well, search engines love blogs for a couple of reasons. They love titles, right? When they're doing a search, it's a very top-down thing. So what's the title of the page? What's the content? Is the content relevant to the search term? So the more content you have about what you do, the more likely you are to have the right keywords within that content. It likes content that's old but also refreshed frequently. So the nature of a blog versus a web page has that constant new addition, and Google thinks that means authority. Linking helps with blogs.
Talk about the growth in blogs, and again, some would suggest becoming more mainstream. There was a time when it was maybe looked with a little disdain. But talk about this growth and where you see this growth continuing.
Sure. The organizations, companies have not really embraced blogging. Blogging started off sort of as a fringe journalism, if you will, right? People talking about politics or gadgets or things, freedom of the press, if you will. Organizations haven't really been able to recognize the ROI or why they should be doing it. Search gives them a definitive ROI. They know, because in any web marketing I can track and see what my results are. I know what I pay for a lead or what I'm paying for a keyword. If I buy it on Google, if I can get it for free, it's actually worth about 10 times more than a paid link.
Talk about the growth of the company. We had you on a few months back,
Sure.
kind of in the early stages of development at Compendium. Talk about your growth.
Well, we started building software in January. We launched in late July. We have about 30 clients, ranging all kinds of verticals, from publishing to healthcare. Clarion Health actually just became a client. Angie's List, Exact Target Software, B2B, My Healthcare Manager. So about 30 clients. We're about 7 people, probably going to 10 here in the next few week or so. It's growing very quickly.
As we wrap up, as you look at growth opportunities, looking to the future, what do you see really driving the growth at your company?
The fact that every organization on the planet will have blogging as a core part of their marketing strategy. You remember Exact Target in the story we told 7 years ago there, that every company on the planet would be using email as part of their strategy, and there was some skepticism there. Of course, that's come to pass, and blogging is going to be the same way.
What's the biggest, one more question, what is the biggest challenge in getting through to some companies who maybe don't get that message at this point?
Well, there's a lot of education. If I'm not blogging now, or I think it is kind of this fringe journalism product, how do I apply this to actual business cases? How do I measure an ROI? So there's a lot of education for us to do there.
Very good. Chris Baggott from Compendium Software. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the growth.
Thank you so much,
All
Gary.
right.